The beauty of shading, exploring hatching and cross-hatching. Shading is a cornerstone of visual art, a bridge between flat surfaces and the illusion of depth. Through shading, artists can evoke mood, texture, and realism in their work. Among the myriad of shading techniques, hatching and cross-hatching have remained timeless and versatile methods that every artist should master. These techniques are as simple as drawing lines on paper, but their creative possibilities are vast, making them a foundation of artistic expression. What is hatching? The simplicity of parallel lines. At its core, hatching is the process of drawing closely spaced parallel lines to create areas of tone and texture. These lines are typically uniform in direction, and their spacing determines the value or darkness of the shaded area. The closer the lines, the darker the value. The farther apart, the lighter it appears. Imagine shading a sphere. To define its curved form, your hatching lines might follow the contour of the shape, curving slightly to enhance the illusion of three-dimensionality. This technique helps communicate the direction of light, subtly guiding the viewer's eye across the form. For beginners, hatching is a wonderful introduction to shading because it encourages control and precision while leaving room for experimentation. Practicing gradients, where lines gradually become closer or lighter, is an excellent way to develop the technique. What is cross-hatching? Depth through intersections. Cross-hatching expands on the principles of hatching by layering additional sets of lines over the first, often at different angles. This creates a network of intersecting lines, producing richer and more dynamic shading. Each new layer of lines increases the density, allowing for darker shadows and a greater sense of depth. The variety of angles also provides an opportunity to suggest texture, from the roughness of wood grain to the softness of fabric folds. For instance, while hatching might be used to shade a flat wall, cross-hatching can give that wall the texture of aged brick or stone. Advanced artists often use cross-hatching to build gradual transitions between light and shadow, creating subtle gradients or sharp contrasts depending on the effect they desire. Why learn hatching and cross-hatching? The appeal of these techniques lies not only in their simplicity, but also in their versatility. Hatching and cross-hatching can be used in almost any medium: pencil, pen, ink, charcoal, and even digital drawing. They are especially useful for artists who enjoy working in black and white, as they rely purely on line work to convey tone and texture. Moreover, these techniques are a valuable exercise in artistic discipline. They teach you to think critically about light and shadow, form and texture, and how to use simple tools to create complex effects. Getting started. Practice exercises for mastery. If you're new to hatching and cross-hatching, start with simple exercises. Gradients. Draw a series of rectangles and shade each one using only hatching lines, gradually increasing their density to create darker tones. Value scales. Create a scale of boxes, transitioning from light to dark, and use cross-hatching to add layers of tone. Texture studies. Sketch objects with distinct textures, like a tree trunk or a piece of fabric, and use cross-hatching to capture their unique qualities. These exercises not only improve your technical skills, but also train your eye to analyze how light interacts with surfaces in the real world. Common pitfalls and how to avoid them. While simple in concept, these techniques can be challenging to master. A few common mistakes to watch out for include inconsistent line spacing. Uneven lines can make shading appear messy or unintentional. Take your time and maintain control. Heavy-handed lines. Pressing too hard can damage your paper and create harsh, unforgiving marks. Use a light touch and build up layers gradually. Overcrowding and cross-hatching. Too many layers can make your shading look muddy or overly dense. Learn to balance detail with simplicity. From simple lines to masterpieces, some of history's greatest artists, like Albrecht Dürer and Leonardo da Vinci, mastered these techniques to create stunningly intricate drawings. Even today, hatching and cross-hatching remain indispensable tools for illustrators, animators, and fine artists. By practicing these methods, you're not just learning a shading technique, you're developing the foundation for a lifetime of artistic exploration. Whether you're sketching a still life or illustrating a vivid fantasy, hatching and cross-hatching give you the tools to bring your imagination to life. So grab your pencil, start with a few simple lines, and see where your creativity takes you.